is that little pocket that you hear about and never really venture to, unless you have a reason. But until you get there and experience it, you'll want to go back there after, where it's just for, the beauty of it, the people, just the whole experience of it. It's gorgeous. Being right on the water. I mean, it's big enough that it doesn't feel like an island in a sense, right? But it is, like, as soon as you get on the coastline of any aspect of it, then you realize. It was nice. I mean, it was a big change, obviously, from metropolitan Toronto and the big city and all of that stuff. So it was nice, actually, to get away just for a month and just be able to focus on this project, but then also take in, the environment and the culture and the people, and just kind of, it was refreshing, to be honest. I mean, Nicky was interesting, right? Because he has like this internal versus external way about him. So there was a lot of, just him in his head, him in his thoughts and whatnot, and he didn't really openly express. So he was very, very layered. In time, depending on whatever the scene was, it's just a matter of, doing what I need to do to prepare to get in that headspace, to be able to pull that off in whatever scene it is. I mean, the big scene at the end is just, a lot of alone times, probably some music for inspiration, and just, being in my own thoughts. And that turned out to be pretty cathartic experience, I think, for both of us. And then there's other times where, we're getting angry at each other, and that's just like, boys will be boys, let's get at it. There was a Burning Man sculpture, like a wired sculpture from, I don't know how many years ago, 5 or 6, or within the last decade anyways. But it was basically two adults sitting with their backs to backs. And then inside, because you could see through the wire structure, there was two little like children, facing each other, trying to reach each other. So, at the end of the day, I think that's, I use that for inspiration for the movie, to be honest. And I think, just seeing that is pretty powerful. And that's kind of, why turn your back on somebody when the reality is you just want to, a connection. I mean, we're all from families. We all have our own problems, issues, and whatnot that we may not, express openly. But I think at the end of the day, everybody's going to be able to relate to this film if they give it a chance. And I think that's why Susan wrote it. At the end of the day, all you have is family, and grudges, as deep as they are, or as minimal as they are, like, they're all just, I don't want to say superficial, because you can be hurt by a lot of things, but at the end of the day, if you actually talk your way through it and have a mature conversation, and you're both able to express everything, you're better off for it. And if you don't have those conversations, then regret is a powerful thing. And so I think in the instance of Nicky and Jordy, that as much as they didn't want to, and as much as there was that conflict over time that wasn't addressed, the best thing that ever could happen to that situation was for them to address it in the way that they did. And they're probably closer off and loving PEI right now out on a boat catching lobster. We're all guilty of holding grudges at the end of the day, right? Everybody's human and whatnot. And I think, the script that Susan wrote and the story that was told can, if given a chance, it can help a lot of people in terms of perspective. And that's, if we pull that off, then that's the ultimate success, right? It's not just entertainment. Perhaps it can be, a different perspective and a point of view